Obviously, I want to thank everyone for coming today. I think Mary was very, very happy to see such a big crowd. She loves crowds. And to start things off, I'd like to introduce her daughter, Carmela Sansone. Everyone knows her.
This is a very difficult day. For all of you being here, has helped me. I know this is what my husband wants. She loves people, she loves to be surrounded by people. And you being here today has helped her and has helped me. I want you to know that my mom died as she lived. She was running down the basement stairs in preparation of an event down the basement. Meanwhile, she's not supposed to go down the basement stairs. And then what happened? The phone rang. I went to Catholic high school. And we started what hell was. Everyone said from my mother, hell was a phone ringing that she couldn't answer. And that day, true to form, she pivoted on the stairs to run upstairs to get the phone. She fell, she banged her head, she got up and said, I am fine, leave me alone, everybody go away. But she wasn't fine. However, she did, at almost 102, she didn't break one bone, not one bone. And she had, my son said, the labs of a 20-year-old, all into all perfect. But I think she would have been happy to die like this because she died at the top of the game. She wasn't sick. She was moving. She hated being still. So I say, as I talk to the band today about celebrating her life, I celebrate her life that she lived till the last moment. So thank you all for living it with her.
As you all know, Mary was very close friends with our present mayor, Bill Blasio, and she would always say she's also very proud, if I might say so, very proud of the work he was doing and the number of people he was helping and the agenda that he was setting. So I'm sure she's very, very happy that he was here today to speak to all of us and share some of his memories of her. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. You know, this is one of those days that really makes you think deeply. Because everybody in this room owes some of our success, some of our happiness, some of our hope to Mary Sansone. Every single person. Because she gave us so much. And like any moment where you try and summarize someone's life, immediately you feel that she's gone. And the pain that she's gone. The sense that we wish we could have her with us a little longer. But then, immediately for me, the joy of the fact that she was here, the joy of the fact that she touched so many lives so deeply, and that she stayed here so long. What a blessing. What a blessing that Mary Sansone was on this earth. What a blessing that she had the values she had, that she had the voice she had, that nothing could stop her. Except for this moment where finally her life on this earth came to an end. I've never seen anything else ever stop her. The mafia couldn't stop her. The politicians couldn't stop her. Age couldn't stop her. Nothing could stop her. Because of that heart she had. So I count the blessing that she was here, but she wasn't just here for a little while, and she wasn't just here, made a little impact. She was here a very long time, as long as we could almost imagine a human being on this earth. And what she did had such a profound impact on so many. That's what we should celebrate today. You know, the New York Times once asked me, who's the most interesting person in New York City? I only realized more recently that they were ripping off Dos Equis by doing that, for those who know those ads. But they asked me who's the most interesting person in New York City, and it's literally, I didn't even have to think for a second. I said, Mary Sansone, because of the way she lived her life, because she was so full of life, I bet there's a few people in this audience, let me see a show of hands. How many people in this audience could recite some of her stories in your sleep? Okay? Mary Sansone taught us that repetition is a good thing. I was like, okay, I've heard that one before. But the passion, the joy, the stories also point out how ahead of her time she was. The people she met, the people she influenced. She was the most interesting person because she had done it all. And she didn't stop. She didn't stop. You know, there's a thing called retirement. Somehow, Mary Sansone never was exposed to that idea. She literally did not understand it. And for all those reasons, to me, in this city, 8.6 million people, some of the most interesting people in the world, but she was the most interesting. She was the most passionate. The stories also remind you that she didn't walk alone. By the way, for so many of you here who were her proteges, who carry on her work, I have to tell you that many, many times she spoke of so many of you, some by name and some as part of her bigger group, extended family, many children, many grandchildren, biological and otherwise. She was so proud that so many people walked with her. But we also have to give credit where credit is due. Rocco and Martha Crisali, her parents, who gave her that strength. And when she tells the story of her father, the famous story, being in Union Square, being on that soapbox as a kid, you know it takes a very special father to put you on that soapbox, to believe in what she could be. And I can tell you something as a proud Italian American. Back then, particularly in terms of what a woman could achieve, there were too many people who would never have given a young woman a chance. But her father saw something. He was ahead of his time too. So this is a moment to honor not just her, but Rocco and Martha, who made her that great person she is. And to think about what they gave us all. Because we are all blessed to know Mary. You know, she understood what fairness was. It was the core of so much of what she talked about. She believed in fairness for women. And she acted on it long before it was fashionable, long before it was easy. She did it by her own actions. She created a more fair society by the very things she did. She believed in the beauty of people being able to come to this country and build a new life. And what she talked about was not just for Italian immigrants, but for all immigrants. The way she honored people of all backgrounds. The way she included everyone. What a lesson at this moment in our nation's history, right? I know this is not a place for any political discussion. I only wish Mary would come back for one long conversation with President Trump. That's all I wish. And I can guarantee he would not get a word in edgewise. She loved people of all backgrounds, but she was so proud of her heritage. And I have to say, as an Italian American, she made me so proud. For all the Italians in the room, wasn't she someone we could all look up to? Wasn't she an example that we could all hold up of the good of our people? But her love for all people, it was amazing. You know, people like to say there was United Nations in that basement and in that living room. It's true. I would go in there, I just would wait. It was like, you know, the only thing you could expect was the unexpected. When you go to that house, you had no idea who you were going to meet. You just knew they'd be from a lot of different countries, and there'd be some students and some young people and people doing amazing things, all attracted to that same passion. Well, she was doing this when it was not easy. I want to emphasize this. When people were looked down on for reaching out to those of other races. When it literally could be something that could put your life in danger, and certainly all the things that you cared about could be put in danger. But she was fearless. And she believed in something more essential, and she believed it was right, and she just went out and did it. Long before most people, certainly in public life, thought people of different backgrounds could truly work together in unity. Mary was not just preaching it, she was actually showing it, doing it, making it come to life. This is a woman so far ahead of her time, it's almost impossible to fully comprehend. So we celebrate that. We miss her. I miss her. I miss her telling me what to do. It's always easy. I knew I would get told what to do. I knew my role was to prepare to get told what to do. But it was, a lot of it was really good advice. I was like, okay, I'm listening. And it was from the heart. And it was filled with goodness. We miss that. We miss her warmth. We miss her joy. But there's no one here who really knew Mary who will ever forget her. It's impossible to forget her. It's impossible to forget what she taught us. It's so deep in us. So, even though we're of course sad and we feel a loneliness because she's not here, we sure have a chance to celebrate something beautiful. And she would want us to celebrate. I don't think I ever saw her morose. I don't think I ever saw her pessimistic. She would want us to remember the good and the hope and the possibility. To the family, Carmela, she was so proud of you and all that you do, and so many ways you carry on this beautiful legacy. And her grandsons, another generation that are living her values and are going to do wonderful things in this world. And those who went before, of course, her late husband Zachary, who was her true partner. And let's give him his due. A man who knew how to be a true partner to a small woman. Amen for that. And their son Ralph, who left us so early and also did such good in this world. What an extraordinary and beautiful family. What a family that brought out the best in each other and the best in all of us. So, I want to thank you, Carmela, all the family. Thank you for sharing Mary with us. Thank you for helping us to be better people because Mary walked among us. Thank you for giving us someone who showed us what could be. Because it's one way to summarize. There's so many things you could say. One way to summarize Mary is she showed us what could be. She showed us what a better society would look like. What a better way people could treat each other. She showed us what love looked like when you put it into your life every day and treated everyone the same way. She did that for all of us. And we will never forget. On behalf of 8.6 million New Yorkers, I offer my condolences to this good family, but I also say thank God Mary Sansone was with us here in New York City, here in Brooklyn, and we're better for it. God bless you all.